Well, Warren said at the annual meeting last year that he thinks that a 10% return on investment for the newspaper investments would be a reasonable, I think he said a reasonable investment. I'd have to go back and look, but 10% was a number that the people on my team wrote down, and we remember that one. and I think that is a reasonable return on investment. So the example I give you, it's been well documented. We closed the newspaper in Manassas, Virginia, after we bought that from Media General. And it was a difficult decision, and we sent a team of our best thinkers and creative people on how to turn that around, and we really didn't think we could. And so we did what we thought was a smart thing and closed that. Hard decision, but probably the right one. And that was a sustained, it was a sustained series of losses that we didn't think we could turn around. That's a pretty unusual. I'm going to give you a crummy answer, which is that's going to be very situational, I think, depending upon different kinds of markets. You know, Omaha, Nebraska has a lot higher print readership than some other markets of similar size around the country. I don't think I think part of it's because we have a pretty good paper, but I think a lot of it's habits, a lot of it's what the market wants or expects. And so I'm not into formulas and telling you that there's a ratio that would be the right one, because I think, again, you can't cookie cutter this stuff. Every market is different. It's amazing to me how different those markets are, and there's always a nuance that you didn't think of. And so some markets will merit more digital investment than others. The reason that we decided on a metered paywall is we think it carries less risk. When somebody comes to one of our sites, the last thing we want to do is say, well, you can't come in unless you're a member. You know, we want them to come in and look around and see if they like it, and then maybe convince them that they ought to pay for content. And again, I worry about the wall that says, you know, give me your credit card or you can't get in. That just makes me nervous. Good. It's you know, it's a long view. You know, it's going to grow. I think it's going to grow slowly but steadily over time. As this industry needs to convince people that what we used to give you for free, well, we really shouldn't have given you for free. I mean, we collectively didn't handle that very well, and so now we're trying to fix it, and it's going to take a while. I think we're very cautious about it. We bought the Media General papers, and they had a number of those, and they have fewer of them now. And the ones that were kept were kind of those were local. The folks in parts of that company really wanted to keep those. I personally it makes me nervous. If you were in, you know, Des Moines and you were writing a story about Omaha and you didn't know that Omaha's mayor was a woman, you know, you might, I mean, there's just things that you wouldn't know because you didn't live there that could erode the quality of the editing and cause some probably embarrassing things, I would think. I mean, that's what makes me nervous. I mean, what do you think about it? I think that's the kind of thing where you got to make, no two markets are alike. You can't, there's no cookie cutter thing that'll work in something like editing or, you know, ad creation overseas, which I, again, have some I have trouble processing that. And I think, you know, we've got to be better at serving our customers, not worse. And so I worry that those two things make us worse. I can't prove that.